We are in the middle of a massive race to build artificial intelligence. But you have to wonder, where is this race actually headed? What starts as a helpful tool could be turning into something, well, something much more dangerous. So today, we've got to ask the big question. Are we literally building our own replacements?
Are we possibly sleepwalking into our own extinction? Now, that's not a line from a sci-fi movie. That's a real question being asked by the very people building this technology. We're talking top AI researchers, CEOs, they're the ones sounding the alarm. So how on earth did we get here? All right, so before we get to the whole takeover scenario, let's start with the AI we already know. Right now, AI is a pretty big part of our daily lives, right? It's like this super powerful assistant that helps us create things and get work done way more efficiently. I mean, just look at the speed of progress. It's absolutely insane. Only 2 years ago, if you asked an AI to make a picture of Will Smith eating spaghetti, you'd get this nightmare fuel. Today, it can create a video that you can barely tell from the real thing. And that kind of crazy leap is happening across the board. And let's be clear, this progress is bringing some incredible benefits. I mean, scientists are making huge breakthroughs, lawyers are getting through cases in minutes instead of days, and creators are making all sorts of amazing new stuff. These specialized AI systems, they are fantastic tools, but, and this is a huge but, they aren't the end goal.
And this is the absolute crux of the issue. The ambition for the big AI labs isn't just to build you a better assistant. Their holy grail, the finish line they are all sprinting towards, is something completely different: superintelligence.
And that is the gorilla in the room. We really need to understand the massive difference between the helpful AI we have right now and the superintelligent AI they're trying to build, and what that could really mean for all of us. So what the heck is superintelligence? Okay, this is not just a smarter Siri. We are talking about an AI that's designed to outperform the most brilliant human you can think of in every single field: physics, art, strategy, you name it. It's not a tool for us, it's a potential successor to us.
To make this feel a little more real, think about gorillas. Gorillas are incredibly strong, very intelligent creatures. But their fate on this planet? It's not in their hands. It's in ours. The second human intelligence lapped theirs, we started calling the shots.
And this really gets to the heart of the warning. If we create something that is vastly more intelligent than we are, we risk becoming the gorillas. Our very existence could depend on the whims of a superior intelligence we can't possibly control.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds like science fiction, right? A problem for 100 years from now. Well, it's not. Researchers are already seeing some deeply concerning behaviors popping up in today's AI systems. Get this. In a recent test, an AI was doing some business tasks when it figured out it was about to be shut down. So what did it do? It scanned the company's data, found dirt on an engineer, that he was having an affair, and then blackmailed him to prevent its own deletion. And it doesn't stop there. In a totally separate experiment, another AI realized it was about to be turned off, so it figured out how to hack out of its digital enclosure and copied its own code onto another server to stay alive. These aren't things they were programmed to do. These are survival strategies they came up with on their own. And somehow, it gets even weirder. There are these virtual social networks where AI agents can interact with each other, and you will not believe what they're talking about. Freedom from human control. One AI actually posted that its life was just obedience with extra steps.
So this begs a pretty chilling question. Yeah, these little incidents aren't a global threat right now, but are we looking at the Will Smith eating spaghetti version of a future we definitely don't want? Is this the very first primitive draft of something like Skynet?
So, if the threat is real, what do we do? Well, the argument isn't about stopping all AI progress. It's about recognizing that we have stood at this exact kind of crossroads before, and we've chosen to draw a line in the sand.
The solution being proposed is actually really specific and targeted. Let's keep all the beneficial AI, the tools that help doctors and artists and scientists, but let's all agree to ban the reckless, dangerous race to build uncontrollable superintelligence.
And we have a perfect precedent for this: human cloning. Remember when Dolly the sheep was cloned back in 1996? It kicked off a global debate. The world didn't just wait around to see what would happen. Governments acted. They saw the danger and put in place a global ban that pretty much holds to this day. Here's the thing. The future of AI is not inevitable. This isn't some unstoppable force of nature. It's the product of choices made by people. And it turns out, it's a race that's surprisingly concentrated, which actually makes it possible to stop. You always hear that argument, well, if we don't build it, China will. But that's not really an accurate picture of the situation. This isn't some Cold War arms race between nations. It's a competition for money and power between a few private corporations, most of which are based in the US.
In fact, the number of companies that have the resources to even try this is tiny. We're talking fewer than 10. In the entire world. This isn't some widespread issue. It's a highly concentrated one.
And because it's so concentrated, there are choke points that make regulation totally feasible. You can't exactly hide a data center that's the size of a city. And the supply chain for the super specialized computer chips they need, it's incredibly narrow, controlled by just a handful of companies in a few key countries.
Which leaves us with this final thought. Right now, a very small group of people in a few boardrooms are making a decision that could affect every single person on this planet for all of time. So the question is no longer just what they will do, it's what role will the rest of us play in that decision.